Hey folks, BrickSidious here, back with another LEGO video. This is part 2 from the classic Pirates theme. I presented some of the warships I have in the last video, and now these are some of the, well, actually all of the ground sets I have. So we'll start with the one on the right here. This is Eldorado Fortress. It was remade recently, with like icons, like an adult style set. The you don't get the raised base plate with the new one. You actually had to build it from bricks. So I don't have that set, but I'm wondering how that experience was like. But this is one of my favorite ones. It just looks really good, kind of like a classic Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean look, with the whitewashed ramparts of the fortress, and with the raised base plate, the typical style with the ramp, and then the dungeon in the middle. And you can do a lot of cool things with it. Yeah, and you have more cells here, and kind of a crane and winch. And of course it comes with the typical rowboats for the pirates and the Imperials. It's a nice compact set, with the cannons. Yeah, would be great for a kid to play with, and it looks pretty good too. I know, from this era, it's quite blocky, but it's to be expected, and that's part of the charm, I think. So this was set 6276 from 1989. At the time, it retailed for $60, about 500 pieces. And this one is a pretty famous one too, 2 base plates wide. It's the Enchanted Island from the Islanders set series, so kind of like I probably wouldn't fly these days, but kind of a depiction of Polynesian tribes people, and not derogatory or anything, but just probably Lego's PC lawyers and stuff, that they wouldn't get it approved these days, and. So this is kind of adjacent to the pirates theme, where I guess the pirates hid their buried treasure in some Polynesian islands and encountered the locals. And yeah, again, 2 base plates wide, raised base plate here with the kind of the mountain. This was used in several sets, and maybe the Native American cowboy sets too. Western, I think maybe they call it Western theme. And you have like a outrigger catamaran type island with the typical Islanders logo. And the small pirate, I guess, the rowboat, kind of the lifeboat. Maybe the main ship got sunk by the Imperials or something. You have some sort of like tiki statue here, and yeah, the typical drawbridge. The kids love that. And down here, there's kind of like a hidden cave with the treasure inside. And this came with a lot of minifigs, maybe 6 or 8 or so. And yeah, you have like the warriors. It's the chief with his headdress there, and kind of the wahine. So this actually got remade. So the first one was 1994, set 6278 for $66, and then the remake was 6292 from 2001 for $70. So quite a deal, considering inflation, about 15 years later, and 420 pieces. Yeah, I got all these sets used, of course, so it's nice. The sails are in pretty good condition here. This one's fraying a little bit, but at least it's not stained. Okay, moving on. Yeah, we have another of these mountain base plates. This one is Pirates Perilous Pitfall. The Lego marketing people, they did a lot of poetic names there. What do they call it? No, not onomatopoeia, but alliteration, or something with the same consonant over again. But here, and this set is 6281 from 1997, so kind of more recent. $73, about 400 pieces. And you have kind of like a shipwreck here. It kind of reminds me of the the Barracuda remake for the Lego Icons. That shipwreck. What's it called? Yeah, I can't remember the name of that remake. But anyway, this one has kind of the wreckage of a pirate ship here with a mast, and then yeah, some sort of like idol, some sort of crown treasure here, and with a mountain, and there's a trapdoor here that releases this 2-dimensional boulder. Of course, it's just a disc, but it's meant to be a boulder. some sort of dungeon. Yeah, the river, drawbridge, again, kind of the typical elements. It's nice. This one had a lot of foliage. And yeah, I'm looking more, oh, the conquistador style. So yeah, the conquistadors versus the pirates. So this must be, meant more for like Central America. Also, yeah, very cool. Okay, the next one is bears no introduction. The famous Imperial trading post. This is one of the biggest pirate land sets built. 6277 from 1992. Retailed for $84, 600 pieces. So you get kind of like you get a little harbor here with a mini pirate ship. A lot of cannons. I love these old style cannons with like the raised, like kind of the engraved logo here of the two swords. And then you have like the watchtower, and of course the typical raised baseplate base, like kind of the fort style with the ramp, the dungeon. Yeah, same thing as the Eldorado fortress. And I like the red roofs here. Yeah, again, yeah, kind of have with that Caribbean feel. Nice with the crane and winch and the flag. Yeah, great set, of course. It's funny. I've came across maybe 3 of these in my collecting life. I've kept this one and like cleaned up and sold the others. Yeah, they will fetch a pretty good price on the market. A lot of demand. And this one is pretty famous too. You see a lot more, fewer pieces. This was a lot more attainable on a budget. Was Forbidden Island 6270 from 1989. So one of the oldest. $40, 200 pieces. Yeah, flat base plates. Just yeah, I got the Imperial in the dungeon here, and a few pirates, and you got like, yeah, again, kind of a shipwreck with the rigging and mast and crow's nest. Yeah, kind of your standard pirate starter set. And then going to the last one here. This is Rock Island Refuge. 6273 from 1991, sold for $66 at the time, 380 pieces. So you actually get a half blue base plate on the side as the ocean. I just took it off here. It doesn't really add anything to it, but just as a play mat. And yeah, of course, you got the Imperial dinghy and the pirate's raft. And here's the pirate's base. Yeah, again, the same fort base plate. You've got cannons, the dungeon, a lot of drawbridges, and the little lookout tower here with the monkey. Yeah, really nice set. I'm glad, all these base plates, they're in good condition, no cracks or anything. I'm glad the owners, took nice care of them before they sold it to me. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Yeah, a lot of great sets. I guess they'll never make Lego like this again, although they did make the Eldorado Fortress, so you never know. But I think probably Lego is more likely to remake the ships because those are a little more compact. These with the big base plates and footprints, it's a little less practical unless it's just an adult display piece. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.